Come, let's decorate my daily journal setup for the second week of December with some fun holiday themed animals. And if you would like to see how I do that, stay tuned. Hello, everybody. This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, I have these fun animals from Derby along with some of the foliage, the holiday foliage from Martinez Sticker Company. And I will link all the shops and codes and everything. For Martinez Sticker Company, you can use my code Priya35 for the Black Friday sale and Priya15 after December 6th. So I'm just counting the number of pages I will need for the second week, and I'd like to work a bit ahead. So these animals were from last year from Derby's shop to my understanding, and I'm just making sure that I line them up close. And here you will see how quick and simple a very beginner friendly Dutch door can be. So I'm just using the red, green, pink and blue. I'm just starting with 4, and you will see how I mix and match all the colors to see what else is on the page. And I'm back to my fancy gyro cut to make sure that I have that in the correct position to cut. And then I'm using my tweezers, and these washi tapes are all from Planything. And I'm going ahead and cutting around the yak. I believe that's a yak. And just cutting around the horn and the face with the Santa hat, and then I will come and use the scissors to cut the straight lines because I think that's the fastest way. And you will see how the process unfolds. So I was saying that you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off at Planything, where all these washi tapes are from. Usually she has an amazing Black Friday sale. She did not have it this time. So every time there is a sale, there are sales happening with the summer items currently on her website. The shop is linked below. And every time you shop, my code Priya10 can be stacked. So that gives you amazing deals. So that is a symmetrical aspect of the element. And as you can see, I just used the sticker sheet and I flipped the orientation so that I can have these exactly symmetrical elements for this purpose. So I do have tutorials if you want to try how that works. And I'm using the Cricut to cut the elements out, but even if you don't have that cutting machine, I think you can use the software to my understanding, and that should still be good. And you can use all the features on the software and just skip the last step and just cut it by hand. But I'm just showing you how you can do that. And this, I'm just cutting the washi tape around the moose. And that moose is, I wish in real life moose hangs around like this during the holiday season, but since my amazing friend Darby is really creative, she did have these lights on the moose, and that looks really cute. And I had been eyeing this sheet since last year. I don't think I was into creative journaling and such creative aspects to the journaling this much, and I wanted to do something fun, but I did not know what. I thought it had that 3D element to it, and I wanted it to be used not just in a planner, just sticking it down is something you could do nice and simple. But as you can see, you will see how quick and fun these Dutch doors turn out to be. Can you already see? I'm just rounding the corner and making sure that it is done right away, because sometimes I tend to forget, and I love the curved edges for the pages. So that's the second page, and I'm just going ahead and doing the symmetrical aspect of it, because you see how easy it is to pull this together. How much time did it take? So that's how simple Dutch doors can be. I mean, you could do more complicated ones. So if you are keen on getting started with something fun like this and such a fun interactive element, you can see all levels of difficulty on my channel. I have beginner friendly ones, I have more advanced ones. I do have lots of fun creative spreads and setups in my journal and in my planner. So if you are ever keen, and if you have any other specific questions, please do not hesitate to drop it in the comments below, or just DM me on Instagram and I can get to those. Or if you need a further explanation, I can even have videos geared for that. So just putting down that deer, it could be the reindeer with the ornaments hanging from the antlers. And I'm just going ahead and cutting that part at the top. And you will see that it did not come out as perfect as as I wanted. So I do come and make some adjustments, and you will see how you can work around that. See, I did not quite like it because the spacing is just not quite right. And I would also like some of that mousse to be seen a bit more. So I'm coming and moving everything a bit to the left. So I'm just moving the washi tapes, and I will move the reindeer. And it does not have to be exact, because you will see, because some elements do tend to be a bit, because I did cut off around the antlers, and you will see I don't like it coming off the page, so readjusting it a bit more. And I like when I can work around the accidents that happen, because nobody's spreads are perfect. So you can see sometimes it's a trial and error. That's how all of us are sometimes, right? I could have edited this part off, but I thought I will keep it real here. And I'm just coming with the washi tape and just making sure it is centered, because it was the exact earlier. And yeah, that part is done, and I'm coming to the bottom part, and I'm just making sure that it is lined up as perfectly as I can space it. And now I will come back and do the cutting again. So I do have a tutorial if you're wondering what that tool is, because that's called a gyro cut. And with a bit of a practice, you can master it. It's not as hard as you think it is, because people do come and tell me that I make it look so easy. But with a bit of a practice, just like with everything or anything, you can master this. It's not as hard. So just a bit of practice, and there is a strategy to holding it right so that you can have that perfect cut. And you will see how the accident can be fixed here. As you can see, some of the page is cut off. So it is, because this is a symmetrical element we have going on the other side, you can just stick it back to back, and you will not even know that there was no page in between. Am I correct? So let me know how you like this beginner friendly yet cute touch doors. And I'm using the washi tape again, just trying to mix and match the colors with what they have going on with the ornaments and the lights. on the animals. So just keeping it focused on that, because I thought these animals and these special stickers needed a spread on their own. So that is why I have them featured in my journal for next week. So this will get me all the way to 15th of December, and I will need 2 more weeks before I dive into my new journal. Yay! So, have you finalized your lineup? My last set of planners will be coming, so I will have my planner lineup, the final lineup video anytime now. As soon as I get hold of it, I will be filming it. And also, I'm expecting my last couple of journals to arrive soon. So I do have some fun things planned for 2025, and then my goal setting system will be set up. That's the Moxie Life. I'm moving down to a companion notebook this time because I did not quite like the inserts, or I had purchased them over the summer and I was really not expecting another full-blown release from Moxie Life in the fall. So I just am sticking to the companion notebooks I have. So let me know if you have a goal setting system in your life, because there are a few brands that I see. Say, for example, the Daily Grind. I do see the Moxie Life, which I use. And there is a Daily Grind, and I believe there are other smaller brands also which focus on the goal setting and yeah, the same concept. I'm not sure how many brands there are who actually do it seriously like the Moxie Life, but I'm finding it quite useful. So I do have the setups for the goal setting system also. So I usually come and do that once a month, but things as expected are kind of busy as it's the end of the year. So I did not get to it in November. So you can expect all of that happening in December, and I will have the full review and comparison as to how well 2024 went. It's doing pretty well so far. So let me know if you are thinking about a journal. And if you journal, do you do it in a happy planner? Is it just a notebook? What is your style? And do you keep it just pen and paper, or just decorate it like me? And yeah, everybody is different, so whatever works for you, you should do. So I'm just throwing in some of the eucalyptus and also some of that holiday foliage. These are both printables, and I'm also getting some of these quotes from Martinez Sticker Company. Again, some of those quotes are very Christmassy, so if we don't use it this month, I'm not sure I will get to use it this year. So making sure that I bring in as many of that in my journals and planners this month. And when I printed 4 or 5 sheets just to make sure I do not run out of them. Because once I sit down to plan or decorate, I would rather have everything within reach. And I hate having to stop and then go and print more. That's not something I like to do. So whenever I have the time, I make sure I print multiple sheets, especially when it comes to quotes and boxes, because you almost never run out of them, or you need them more when you have that. It's always nice. I'm also bringing in these lace washi tape from the washi tape shop, and it came as a bundle. There was a black, there was 4 or 5 tapes. There was this forest green, and there was a black, a white, pink, and a beigey color, I think. They call Baroque lace washi tapes. They are still available, and you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off at Washi Tape Shop. And they had their Cyber Monday sale going on. So if you use Monday, I'm not sure how long the sale is running. So the shop is linked below, and if you would like that 20% off, and I mean, you can use code Monday because it was a Cyber Monday. I'm not sure if it is still available as in the discount. So you can always add Priya 10. So I'm just using the ornaments left in the sheet, Darby's sheet, to just sprinkle them on the left page, and then I will hang them, and then I decide to use the Muji 10 to, no, this is a 01, Muji 01, and I'm just attaching some strings to make sure that they are just hung there. I think these ribbons or those ties actually make it look even more cute. So that is why I'm using that, and I will come and sprinkle the rest of the ornaments throughout the pages, and I use up this entire sheet. So it's a satisfying feeling, right? When you finish off pages like these. So I just sprinkle them, and then when I later come to add the boxes, I knew something was off, and I think I fixed it later. So as of now, I'm trying to bring in those fun elements, and yeah, throwing in a couple more ornaments here and there. And it's always a learning process when I try to do new things, which is often because I like to kind of experiment and go outside my comfort zone, because otherwise there is no growth. It's just you're doing the same thing over and over again. It does not make any sense. So I sprinkled in the ornaments, and now I'm using the boxes from Mojo Jojo Plants. And these winter boxes, these are from the older years. And there are the winter boxes 2.0. I'm just going to try and see what colors I can use. So I think I went with blue and red. So I went with pink and red, and then I think I switched to blue and red, but then just one pink is fine. So just left it there because pink is anyway there between the ornaments and all the colors, and even on the foliage. So as you can see, I have used up a lot of these boxes from the book, and Mojo Jojo Plants has her winter release, the last release of the season, happening on December 6th. So make sure you check out the new revamped versions of these winter sticker books. And things do sell out. She is also restocking a few of the popular ones, so just make sure you grab that offer and shop while it is in stock, because she will not be restocking them for a bit now. So might as well make use of the opportunity and check out all the new revamped versions coming. And my code Priya10 can be used at Mojo Jojo Plans also, and the shop is linked below. So I'm just using some of these boxes to layer, and then one more washi tape needed to pull that off, because the yak is just hanging out in midair. It looks very weird, nothing connected to it, especially with that stretch of white. It looks really weird. So you see how quick you can pull the Dutch doors together. It is not as hard as you think. Some fun stickers, some fun elements, and see how cute that turns out. So again, let me know if you would like me to try out Dutch doors and other journals. This is a B5, and the journal is from Archer and Olive, and my code Priya10 can be used at Archer and Olive too. Just to give you a small clue on my journal lineup for next year, I do have other sizes coming that I will be including in my lineup, and it will be a nice, fun way of experimenting with other sizes and other fun things I can do. So stay tuned for my journal lineup, which will be separate from the planner lineup that I will be having. And Prepare for 2025 is a series that I'm currently having on my channel, which tells you how you can arrive at your ideal planner lineup so that you can find the most use of all the planners and journals in your life. So I'm back to these boxes, and I'm also trying to make sure that I bring some of those colors in and make sure I cluster them properly so that I can find the space to note down some of those special things that happen in our lives. And yeah, time is just flying by. And 2 more weeks, this journal is done, and so is 2024. So, hope your 2024, looking back now, went better than what you had thought, and you're all excited for 2025. I'm sure it will be an amazing year for you. And I'm just bringing some of these foliage again to cluster. And I like when I can just cut it off like so and use that same sticker on the other side just to bring some fun components. And those filler elements from Martinez Sticker Company also bring in so many fun things that you can include with every cluster. You just sprinkle them in, and it's so fun. And this is a nice way of bringing some of those colors. And I'm also now bringing in the codes so that we can finish these off, and the cluster will be complete that way. And yeah, I think it'll be perfect there. And now it strikes me, you will see what I mean. And I'm using that coat on the side there. Yeah, that's a perfect filler there. And you can start filling all these small white spaces that you have. That gives a good visual from the front. So that's just a bit too much. So Holly Jolly goes to the left page. I tried my best to squeeze it in. And that is another long coat. So I try putting it there, but then I think, yeah, I think it goes well there. Because sometimes you don't want these coats to be sticking out to be visible from the front in an incomplete way. You know what I mean? Some of the letters sticking out, I don't quite like it. So that those long coats can be perfectly spaced for such areas which have ample space to fit them in, because otherwise only some of the letters are visible from the front. And yeah, I'm glad that I printed these quote sheet in 3 or 4 sheets, so I will almost never run out of them. So that's pretty much all the quotes sprinkled in. And I'm just throwing in these fillers from this sheet also, which are these stars in red and green. Yeah, just making sure it is nice and full. And these fillers are like the perfect, that's a smart way of maximizing on the value and also on the printable area when it comes to a sticker sheet. So the small businesses take so much care with such minor aspects, which together adds value. And I think I did my part by shopping small this Black Friday. I did go and support as many small businesses as I could. So you have all of these shops like Darby's or the Martinez Sticker Company or the Caitlin's and Let's Plan with Sarah. A few of these shops that I know are doing a very good Black Friday sale. I try to shop and I'm glad I did. And it is always nice to support folks who come out with original art. And now I'm coming to reposition the ornaments. So I did speed up the other parts a bit, but then I thought this, I will keep it in real time just so that you can see how slow things are, in fact. And usually I have an audiobook or something going on in the background so that I can focus on the audiobook. And these things keep happening once I have an image in mind. And anyway, I don't really talk much when I am in a creative mode. So I decided to just put on an audiobook. And if you are a reader, just follow me on Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads too. And I had my goal of 25 books and I'm currently at 46. I'm hoping to hit 50 by the end of the year. Yeah, if you would like to follow along on my journey, the link is in the description. And I also will be having a reading journal set upcoming. Again, I have finalized one of the journals I picked up this year to use as a reading journal. So that is the ornaments all down. So I will go ahead and attach the strings to them so that it can be hung properly. So that is pretty much the full spread, the journal spread for the next week, the second week of December. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have done Dutch doors and what your favorite aspect of Dutch doors are. Yeah, sorry if some of the noise from my garden and my water fountain are getting to you. I think it is a nice relaxing background to have. So yeah, sometimes when it gets a bit windy, you do see a more visible sound on my wind chime. Otherwise, most of the time it is quiet. So that is my simple Dutch door pretty much all done. And then last I come and add the boxes to the front page, which I realized was not there, I guess. And please come follow me on Instagram. I will have all the details in the description. And please check out all the videos I mentioned along with the other shops and codes and all the fun stuff you need to get your holiday spreads ready. And I would really appreciate it if you would consider shopping through my links and codes. And please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification if you haven't already. It would be a great help in letting the algorithm know that I am doing a good job. And please share this with anybody who is on the fence about starting a Dutch door or doing a Dutch door spread. And please DM me questions or drop them down in the comments. I do take my time to respond. I do not take my time. I do respond to every single comment on here, and I usually try to do it within the first few hours given the time difference due to my location, but I usually definitely answer them within 24 hours. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.